Hi there. In this video, we'll be covering, should I write a book? Writing a book can transform your life, and the tips in this video can help you simplify the writing process and unlock your book's full power. By the end of this video, you will learn the awesome benefits of writing a book, the steps you need to take in addition to writing the book to have your biggest impact, and how a ghostwriter can help you make the most of your time. And stay tuned till the end of the video for a free opportunity. Let's dive in. Lots of people think about writing a book. They explore it, they kick it around in their mind. And most of the times it just stays there. It doesn't go anywhere beyond that. It doesn't go anywhere beyond an idea. But the truth is, a book is such a great and powerful way to build your expertise and share your message with the world. You have a story inside of you. You have a story to share. It could be something involving your relative. It could be something involving your business success. It could be something you learned along the way. People want to be better informed about the world they live in, and they want to learn from you. They want to learn your experience and perspectives because it can help them potentially live a better life, a more fulfilling life, a more meaningful life. So if you're kicking around the idea of writing a book, you should believe in it. You should explore it. You shouldn't just leave it in a storage box inside your mind. You should drive forward and see if there's something worth telling, if there's a deeper story that you can share and that you can provide to the world. Beyond being able to share your message, a book is also a great way to establish your expertise and to position yourself as a thought leader. When people are looking for experts, where do they go? They go on Amazon. They go in news reports. They go in places where experts can be found. And oftentimes those experts are found because of the books that they write. If you wanted to find an expert in a certain category, in a certain topic area, you look for people who've written books on it because that's a mark of credibility. It's an establishment. It means something. It means something big that you devoted your time, your effort, your energy, and your willpower to getting a book out there. Because a book is not an easy process. A book is really hard, and there's so many obstacles to writing. There's so many obstacles to publishing. There's so many obstacles to the whole process. And navigating through those channels and finding yourself on the other side with something to hold, it's just the ultimate business card. If you go into a room and you start handing out your business card, people will say, okay, great, stuff it in their pocket. Do they even consider it again? Maybe they do, maybe they don't. If you walk into a room and start handing out your book, man, that's power. Beyond those things, beyond being able to share your message and build your expertise, a book represents an opportunity to build out your sales funnel, to build this into something bigger, to take this idea that you're nurturing and explode it into something so much bigger than you can even imagine. When I collaborate with an author as a book ghostwriter, they each have a different outcome in mind. Some aren't interested in publishing their book publicly at all. It may just be a legacy piece for their family. Some are interested in promoting their services. Some are interested in getting a message told. The ones that have been the most successful in the publishing process have had an underlying sales funnel underneath their book. When you don't have a sales funnel and you publish a book, you have to think about results in terms of only book sales. That's the only metric that you have to measure success for your book. But book sales are really bad at measuring success. Because book sales are only one piece of the puzzle. Let's say hypothetically you're offering $10,000 coaching services and 50 people buy your book and 50 people end up buying your coaching services. That's a lot of money. That's a great opportunity for you. If those same 50 people only buy your book and stop there, that's a much different outcome. Having a mature sales funnel underneath your offerings and being able to connect your book to your sales funnel and make it a part of your sales process is going to build so much strength to your company, to your offerings, to your ability to market in a new way and drive sales in a way that feels natural and not pushy at all. But let's back up a bit. You know, it's one thing to say, yes, let's write a book. It's another thing to figure out what you're going to write it about. And that's such an important conversation. It's such an important process. Getting that message right, getting that hook, that angle, that approach right with your book is going to set everything else in motion. If you choose the right process, it can help to lead to sales and opportunities. If you choose wrong and choose the wrong topic that doesn't have any interest, that people aren't interested in solving, it's not going to have the impact. Or if you rush the book and just want to speed forward and just push it out without quality control, you could have problems too. So it's really important as you begin thinking about your book to really explore the best, strongest way, the strongest message and what you want to say. It's easy to get discouraged when looking at books that have already been published and thinking, why am I publishing a book if this other book is already out there? You need to be able to navigate those spaces and figure out what makes your book unique or different. You don't want your book to be the same as every other book because it will just make people not interested in reading it. I remember one person I worked with in the real estate space, and they were interested in piggybacking off of a very popular book and applying that message to their book. And it was just a bad, bad situation. And it really required a lot of rewriting and retooling and reworking. We were able to eventually get it to a place where they had a unique message and they were sharing it. But it can cause a lot of strife and a lot of frustration and a lot of discouragement if you aren't able to properly navigate the space and find your own unique message, whatever that may be. What do you tell people when you encounter them at a party? When you introduce yourself and try to sell your services and attract new business, what are the things that you tell your leads, your potential clients? All those things could filter into what this book becomes. But your unique message, your message needs to be unique to you, because that's the way that you're going to be able to drive unique opportunities to the book. Otherwise, if your book just feels like everybody else's, no one's going to have a reason to go check it out. No one's going to have a reason to read it. No one's going to have a reason to leave a review on Amazon telling people how moved they were by reading it. You want that unique connection, that one-to-one connection. So beyond just sales opportunities, this is really about connecting with one specific person, one specific reader, and impacting them. And being able to focus on that as you figure out what you want your book to become. But it's more than just wanting to write a book. You need to be able to fit it into your life. I often meet with would-be authors that are very interested in writing a book, but they don't have the time or the effort. You know, I try to meet with them and they're unavailable. And I text them and, hey, are you available to meet next week? Oh, I'm busy. You know, it's okay that you have a busy life, and the key reason why people end up working with a book ghostwriter like me is typically because of the time element, that they can continue forward with their busy life while not compromising on it, while not eating away their nights and weekends writing. I can focus on the writing, they can focus on their busy life, and we can meet once a week for an hour or so and drive forward progress on the book. So the progress can happen even with their busy lifestyle. If you don't have the time or commitment to be able to devote to the book, it's not going to happen. All the ideas and great thinking in the world isn't going to make the book happen. It really needs commitment. You know, whether that's working with a ghostwriter, whether that's spending your time writing, you need to be able to devote your time and energy, whatever that may be, to making this book happen, because it's not going to happen by itself. Oftentimes there's a stigma around ghostwriting, and it's kind of funny to me, because when you look at a movie and you go to a movie and you watch the credits at the end of the movie and you see hundreds and hundreds of people listed on different sets, different projects, different departments, hundreds and hundreds of people. And then you think about a book and this idea that it's this singular pursuit that only one person works on. It's a little misguided. Writing a book is really hard, and it really requires you to dig deep, and bringing in help to guide that process or to contribute to that process isn't a negative thing. There shouldn't be a stigma around it. I think often back to one person I worked with, his name is Rich, and he worked with myself and another ghostwriter on his project. Rich had been successful with writing other books. He wrote multiple other business books. He was a best-selling author, and he was writing a family story that was very difficult, more than any one person could write on their own. And he worked on it for years, and he said, now I need help. And it was really great to be able to connect with him at that point, because he'd done all of this prep work. He had all these stories mapped out, you know, and then he brought in us to help organize and guide the story forward. And there wasn't a stigma, and I love that. I think the book was that much more powerful. If he had written this story by himself, it wouldn't have turned out the same way. It wouldn't have turned out as good. You know, I think about that a lot with the projects I work on, that there's no shame in getting help. And whether that's a ghostwriter writing the book, whether that is a book coach, a writing coach helping you write and make progress, there's really no shame in getting help. And I think it really will benefit you in the end to get that help to write the best book possible, because otherwise you might not get the actual results that you want. You could publish a book that misses the mark, that is misguided, that is just incomplete, or doesn't really connect with the reader and solve their problems. And then you've wasted all this time and effort for what? Just to say that you published a book. I think it's better to wait and to get it right and to work with the right people to help you make it as strong as possible, instead of rushing and just pushing something out to say that you've written a book. If you want to learn more about whether you should write a book, head to my website, goodghostwriter.com. You can click the link below. Schedule a one-on-one strategy call with me. It's free. 30 minutes, we can just talk about your story, talk about why you want to write this book, figure out how all these pieces align and whether a book is the right step for you to take at this time. Happy to point you in the right direction and help guide you forward as best as I can. Remember, good ghostwriting makes great books. I'm Dan Good. Thanks for watching.